Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the Mike Yardline Pop Culture featuring the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who knows superheroes inside and out. I'm waving my hands in the air, but you can't see him, so let's introduce him, the man, the myth, the legend, Matthew Correa. They can see you now.
What's up, you guys? If you don't know me, I'm Matthew Correa, also known as MC Flims. And if you guys don't know me, you should probably know me as Tissue Guy, Crazy Driver, Spanish Guy, or any of my other characters, Mask Arrow, Mask Flash, Mask Spider, and yes, those are parodies if you're asking what they are. But those are some of my characters. I'm working on a new project later on, so we'll let Michael get to his stuff, and we'll talk about some of the things that I'll be doing afterwards.
He's a man of many names. Remember that. He's a man of many names. So, guys, welcome. All right. This is something that's been in the work for a while. Usually we're having it's usually going to be a sports podcast. But, we have this other segment that me and Matthew have been talking about for a couple weeks now, right? 3-4 weeks, about a month, And, I'm kind of excited for this. How are you, Matthew? You excited, man?
Yeah, I'm excited to actually be doing this because I always want to be talking about films for a long time, and I always want to give my opinions. I always thought of doing that on my channel, but I never get the chance to do it. So I'm glad that we did get the opportunity to do it with you.
Yeah. Listen. So this is going to be... I haven't decided how often these are going to come out yet, but all I'm going to say is... it's going to be the sports one first, and then, the... however long this is going to be after it. So it's going to be one big podcast with everything, sports in the front, and then the pop culture in the segment. And each YouTube video will have, that little bar, and you can choose which one you want to watch. Or if you're feeling great, if you're feeling like a legend, you can watch the whole damn thing. All right? Yeah. Listen, Matthew, this ain't no PG thing. So, if I say a couple things, You know.
Yeah.
You know. All right. So, first thing up on the docket, we had a couple Marvel things come out lately. You've told me you haven't seen The Winter Soldier. I really think you need to. But then
I regret that.
Yeah.
I honestly feel regretful for that.
Listen, man, I'm disappointed in you. All right. There's going to be a little less in your Christmas stocking this year, all right? Just because of that. That's like a sin, man. That's like a sin. I'm disappointed.
Don't worry, I already got a full stockings already.
Well, take one thing out and toss it out the window. Oh, you're actually going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to just throw away this iPad.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Sure.
I might throw away this tripod.
Oh, just showing off a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Showing off a little bit.
Yeah, just a couple things thrown.
Oh, of course. You got an Xbox in there?
Oh, no, I'm a PlayStation guy.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up the podcast today. Hope you enjoyed. Matthew Correa will never be on this podcast again. All right, so yeah, WandaVision though. Well, let me hear your thoughts. I'm curious to hear how you like the show.
Most people, I have stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch the series. Try to watch the episode when it first
the crazy
comes out.
People. Yep, of course.
I hate spoilers.
Yep.
I'm talking to all the ones that like to spoil.
Of course.
We need time because a lot of us have many things. But I honestly enjoyed WandaVision. I was a little bit disappointed in the ending though because I did remember we all saw Quicksilver finally gets the cameo in WandaVision.
Yeah, sure.
The Evan Peters one, but I was disappointed they weren't gonna put him in, try to make him the new MC.
Yeah, they threw us a little curveball. They're like, okay, mutants, we're gonna have it, and then everyone's like, okay, this is what's happened. This is what's happening. You know what Kevin Feige's like? Yeah, hell no, y'all don't know shit. I'm going to throw this in there, and this guy's going to be a totally random dude named... What was his last name? It was kind of funny.
Ralph Boner. They basically spent a $7 billion... $7 billion just to make one joke, the biggest joke of all time.
It wasn't even the joke. It was that everyone thought he was a serious character, and he was going to be like a
He was given
mutant.
these
He was.
powers, and he's not even gonna allow him to use.
It was the guy from the X-Men. This guy was like, everyone's like, yo, this is gonna be the tie-in for the X-Men. This is because Doctor Strange and the multiverse and everything that's coming. And Kevin Feige's like, yeah, fuck you guys. You don't know shit. And you know what? This man's name is Ralph Boner, ladies and gentlemen. Ralph Boner. Give him a round of applause. Ralph Boner. Yeah, of course. Of course.
$7 billion down the drain.
Yeah, $7 billion. And the amount of money he probably made, Evan Peters, that's his name, right? Evan Peters.
Yeah.
The amount of money he made from being named Ralph Boner, yo, this man just fleeced him. He fleeced him out of money for he's probably never going to be in the MCU again. No way. If he is, I'd be surprised because I'm pretty sure Disney and whatever their CEO's name is not going to want a guy in the MCU or a hero's name to be Boner. All right? This is PG, people. PG.
Well, it's not. Well, luckily they didn't spell it the way it was.
We are
misspelled.
Oh yeah, of course. It was misspelled.
They had H in it.
Yeah, exactly. They misspelled it because they couldn't have just.
They want to keep it PG for the kids.
Yeah, of course, the kids. It's all about the kids, Matthew. It's all about the kids. The children, the youths. The youths. All right. Let's talk about her outfit for a second. All right. That outfit is the best costume. Uniform.
The Halloween
outfit.
special was a good one.
No, not the Halloween special.
No.
You know the outfit I'm talking about. You can't say the outfit that she ended up with in the end was not the best looking thing you've ever damn seen. Like,
we all wanted to see it, and they finally dropped it.
But it wasn't even just that she looked. Damn, she looked good. Listen.
I am surprised that many people have found Elizabeth Olsen more attractive now because of what she'd been doing in WandaVision.
She was always attractive. She was always.
I know she was very attractive, but I'm just saying that many people started pushing it. I question if when a Black Widow movie comes out, will that happen now? Like they go back to Scarlett Johansson because everybody was Scarlett Johansson all the way. Now they're changing their opinion.
The best Black Widow was in Iron Man 2.
The
best looking Black Widow was in Iron Man 2. The best, just genuine badassery. That's not a word, but you know what I'm talking. Was Iron Man 2. She was the most kick-ass. I get it in Iron Man or in Avengers, Age of Ultron and Avengers. She kicked a couple of, I forgot their names. The aliens. You
forgot the aliens' name?
Yeah, I forgot the aliens' names. The Kree? No, it wasn't the Kree. It was Chitauri. Yes.
Yeah, the Chitauri.
Yeah, the Chitauri. She kicked their ass, sure. And sure, she kicked a couple robots in Ultron. And sure,
many people disagreed that even Hawkeye had a big role in it.
Yeah, and then sure, she kicked some ass in Infinity War. In Infinity War, I talked about Ultron. Then she, didn't really do anything in Endgame except for, sacrifice her life. But nothing is better than just beating up random bodyguards of a building in Iron Man 2. Just genuine, just kick-assery. Alright? She just went alright? She just went all out, alright? She, bam, 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 bam. Just took out a whole...
Oh, yeah. Should we also go back to the topic on WandaVision?
Oh, yeah, of course. But, I'm just saying, that was the best Black Widow. Let's just throw that out there. But WandaVision, there's a lot of things that I liked, but there was a lot of things that didn't need to be in the show. It felt like, because I get it, they're every weekly episodes, but I'm pretty sure they got to a point they're like, we're not going to be able to make 9 episodes of this, and we need to throw a lot of filler. There was a ton of filler.
Because of COVID-19, actually, they did have to do some reshoots, but it took a while. This is why WandaVision took longer.
There was reshoots, yes, but remember when Vision met Darcy in the like
The truck.
yes, in the clown van.
Yeah.
And then they just had a whole scene of them going back to Wanda's house when Vision could have just flown there the whole time.
The whole time. Well, he
That
wanted.
was
He
the
needs
biggest chunk of unnecessary stuff.
Well, again,
Ever.
he needs to understand himself, who he is, because again, he has no idea.
Yeah,
because,
I
again, he's
get
under
that.
Wanda's
I get that,
influence.
but he could have legit just carried Darcy instead of taking a truck.
Well, if you think about it, Darcy had the one badass scene where
Yeah, of course.
ran
Yeah.
into the guy.
Yeah, that was great. But no, I'm not taking away from the scene and the purpose of it. They could have gotten in the car and kept driving and then showed one scene, but they like spent the whole 20 minutes of them just like talking about different things and then talk about how Wanda's stopping them and then Vision was in a seat talking to, the modern
Well,
family.
they were doing a fourth. They were doing a
Yeah.
fourth wall break. Talking
Yeah,
to the audience.
exactly. But there was a ton of filler. It was like it wasn't totally necessary, if you know what I mean. If you took that
But
out,
you
the
do
show would
require it in order to understand the film.
Yeah, I
a little
mean
bit more better.
but you didn't need a full 20 minutes of it. You needed
Yeah,
you needed
but
like
still.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. I would say 10 minutes, but they went on for a full 20 minutes because I don't think they had much. There was a couple other filler things. Vision was strolling through on Halloween. Before Vision like got to the wall, he was just walking. Like I get he saw
we
that.
see that in the trailer. That was the one epic thing we wanted to see.
So it was like Vision saw the people like not moving, right? But they also spent the whole like 10 minutes on that. That only needed to be like 5 minutes of him not seeing it and him walking to the border. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they had trouble fitting that whole hour in, and I think that's why the credits were 10 minutes long. So you'd get like
I believe they said they was gonna make it an hour long, the ending.
yeah,
But again,
they came out with a lot of hour things, and that's the thing that people were totally happy with, right? There was
But
a couple
thing
things
was,
that
they didn't
needed...
realize about the credits at the end.
Exactly, and like I feel like personally, it could have been like 2 episodes shorter. There was a couple of things that could have been, like pushed together. So like you could take one episode and the other episode, smash them together and get rid of all that filler.
Yeah, like I was
necessary.
thinking, like when Agna the Hardness was
Yeah.
trying to like explain to Wanda what she is and trying to go to her
Yeah.
path. They could have did that in between the episodes when Vision was trying to get there with
I
Darcy.
think
It
they
would have
could have
been a
made
better filler.
They could have made 2. They could have made a whole episode of her not just going through of it, but it could have been like, so she goes through one, and then the next thing you see is Vision, doing his thing. Vision and
Which
Darcy
makes me
doing
honestly question why did it took Vision so long just to get to Wanda when she was literally trying to go relive her
I'm pretty
past?
sure the reliving the past was like, for them it might have taken like 4 or like hours. It might have felt like hours for them when really it was only like 10 or 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like time works different. Like, because she was in her mind, so she was just thinking of these.
She was
new
in her
events.
own television show.
Exactly. Well, no, not just the television show. She was in her own mind. So 4 hours in her mind could have been like 15 minutes here. You know what I
Kind
mean?
of like in the Quantum Realm when Ant-Man was in there for only 5 hours.
Yeah.
in 5 years.
But it's like, you know how you can have a full thought process and it only takes you like 2 minutes?
A second to think.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah.
And maybe that's why it was actually he went there quickly than
Like,
anybody thought.
don't get me wrong, I love the show. It was great, and like the first episodes, like what we got the Dick Van Dyke Show. We got I Love Lucy in there. We got they threw in Full House in the intro in one of them. It was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, because again, Elizabeth Olsen
yeah.
is related to the Olsen twins, and it was a good thing they can do that.
They
They also did Malcolm in the Middle joke. They did Family Matter. They also did Bewitched.
They did Bewitched, but they also did. My favorite, honestly, was Modern Family. Modern Family was the fourth wall one, right? But the intro of it was The Office. The intro was The Office, and then the show itself was Modern Family. Yeah, and I liked it. I liked the whole thing. I think, the Darkhold So the Darkhold. Here's my thing with the Darkhold. In the beginning of Marvel's Agents of Shield, it was linked to the MCU. Okay, the reason Avengers Ultron happened was because Coulson found the scepter.
Yes, but again, they did explain.
Yeah.
I did look up and
Yeah. So
they did explain it was different.
Yeah. So Coulson located the scepter, and then the Avengers found it because they even showed Maria Hill in the show. So then, like, scramble down 2 seasons after that Agents of Shield thing, they introduced the Darkhold with Ghost Rider. Are there 2 different Darkholds? I don't think Shields can. I think Shield stopped connecting after like season 4. So
Yeah.
no, not even season 4. I would say season 3. So
Well,
Shield.
for me, I have not watched Agent of Shield, so Michael, you can take
so
that
Shield was like, me and Mark talk about this all the time, but Shield was connected to the MCU from season 1 to I'll say season 5. Let's say season 5. There's 7 seasons. The season 4. I scrapped that because the last 3 seasons were shit, and I was disappointed. Season 4. Season 3 or season 4? Okay, I'm losing myself. So I'm saying the MCU broke off at one point at that Ghost Rider season. I think it broke off because Inhumans was supposed to be an MCU movie, and obviously Inhumans is in Shield.
They canceled the plans because of that.
Yeah, and it was an awful show. Awful. They want to remake it, but no, I'd say no. Don't ever remake that show. But the first 3 seasons of Shield were connected. I don't think they're connected anymore. All right. So when Ghost Rider appeared, that was not in the MCU anymore. But when that Darkhold in WandaVision, I think Ghost Rider might be coming to the MCU, man.
I hope that actually happens because I've seen the Ghost Rider movies, and I honestly believe in my heart they were good.
Could you imagine?
Unlike the Daredevil movie, what?
That was bad. Could you imagine Nicolas Cage in the MCU?
I think they are planning to do a Blade show, I believe.
That'd be the biggest meme ever.
Well, they are working on a whole bunch of other projects for Disney Plus. I do believe they are doing a Blade show. I know they're doing a Nick Fury show. They're doing Loki, and I still haven't seen.
All right, so we're gonna end the WandaVision discussion with this. Out of 1 out of 10, all right, 1 is being the absolutely worst thing you ever seen. So basically, Batman vs Superman.
You're gonna go with Batman vs.
That's the worst movie ever made.
Still say Batman would have won. I'm just saying that right now.
It's still the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
The story was difficult. I understand, but I believe they honestly could make it better. They honestly should kind of remaster that, like what they're doing with the Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Again, we haven't seen that yet, so we will hopefully do a topic on that
later. Yeah. So worst, and then I'm not even, because I don't give movies 10. All right, 10 is like the perfect score. It's like, how would I say this? It's like a picture, like a nice even picture. You don't really see it. It's like 1 in a million, you know. So out of 1 out of 10, what's your answer and why?
Well, if I was gonna go by category to episodes, it would be different. But for this, if you want the
just
full
the whole show,
my opinion would be 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. All right.
That's a B in my grade.
Okay, and then why is it an 8 out of 10?
Well, I did like it. I did like them putting the fillers and give us the everything. They give us the eras and changing over time, how television works. Yes, that was brilliant, but I do complain about the Agnes of Heart nearly at the end, and also the Ralph Boner joke.
Oh, that was hilarious.
It was a little disappointing. But I did enjoy White Vision a lot, and there's a theory about him going to Wakanda to get his his all his memories and everything like that to make him better.
And so out of all the MCU movies, I know you're not going to be able to list it offhand, but like generally there's 20 something movies in the MCU. What
I lost track.
Where would you list it? Like, let's say 1, 2.
The Infinity
I think
Saga?
there's like 22. Yeah.
The Infinity Saga you want me to rate?
No. Just rate. Where would WandaVision be in your top MCU movie?
Like what is like against like what's the best movie I believe in Marvel?
Yeah, exactly. No, like, so let's say
What's my equivalent to it?
1 out of 22. Let's say there's 22 things in the MCU. What number would WandaVision be? 1 being the best, 22 being...
Oh, like what number category it would
exactly.
be?
Exactly.
Like in my top 10 list or top 2
Yeah,
list?
so let's say your favorite movies are Captain America, then Winter Soldier, Iron Man, Iron Man 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. But then let's say WandaVision was 5, and then you would have Hulk is the 6th.
I get it.
Okay, yeah. So what would the number be?
Honestly, based on because I'm trying to calculate from my head.
Obviously, yeah. Worst
The
is
worst
Hulk.
and the bad.
The worst
and I'm
is
trying to
Hulk.
think, like at least like what number it would be in.
Mhm.
Because since it's a television and brand new,
I
I
think
feel like
it's-
they could have did more.
Yeah, I think...
They could do more.
Yeah. Go on.
Like they could do more, and they have been talking about doing something like a season 2,
Mhm.
but they wouldn't have to be related to WandaVision, maybe a whole different show entirely. Because like after like Doctor Strange 2, what Wanda's gonna do,
Mhm.
they might have to do a show about that, which I am not sure what they're gonna do with.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, since it's a television show, I will put it high against it because I haven't seen my opinion might change because of Falcon the Winter Soldier
Yeah,
from the
of
first
course.
episode or
But for
the next
right
or
now,
when I watch the
yeah.
whole series.
Yeah.
I believe it would be most likely between my top 10 and 15 right now.
All right. I'm gonna put it in the top 10. All right. And now let me give you my score. I'm gonna give it an 8.7. An 8.7.
8.7.
That's really
close
good.
To an 8.
Listen, that's really good. Like, I'm never gonna give... Okay, 10 is Iron Man. 10 is Iron Man.
Unless you see unless you see the whole series of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
10 is Iron Man. Nothing's gonna change that for me. My mind is set in stone. All right, nothing's going to change. I personally like Iron Man 1 and 2. Some people don't like Iron Man 2. I don't understand that. But I'm sidetracking now. All right, but
I like Iron Man 3. I'm just saying.
But like, I'm gonna put it in the top 10. 8.7, and let me give you my reason. All right, I would give it a 9. All right, I would love to give it a 9.
But you can't go that far because what they did at the end.
But the filler really annoyed me because they're advertising an hour-long show and they're like, these episodes are going to be longer. These episodes are going to be longer.
The commercials are like the mini commercial are meant to like make
not
jokes.
Even the mini commercials. It was like the filler, like the whole Vision going on a road trip thing when they could have just flown there and she could have talked to Darcy there and flown there.
But he did need to know his information.
Yeah. He needed to know, but it could have taken less time. Like I'm saying, there's stuff in the movie that could have been shorter. They're advertising an hour, a longer show. Yeah, a longer TV show. But like the first episode was 30 minutes. They're like, okay, we're gonna give you 47 minutes. But 20 minutes is just gonna be a road trip talking.
Yeah. Literally, like the CW, they do for the like DC shows. They have like 44 minutes each episode.
So with all that would have made it an 8. With the filler, the 0.7 is the reason you gave it an 8. I love the Ralph Boner. I love that Kevin Feige is like, you guys think this guy is going to be the way in for the mutants. This is a multiverse thing. You guys don't know shit. You don't know shit. You think you
pull the rug under us.
You think you know MCU. You don't know shit. This guy's Ralph Boner. And that's why I'm giving it an 8.7. All right. Next thing we're going to move on to is something you really like. I as I'm watching these shows, I think it's sadly the whole CW DC superheroes is starting to run out of ideas. And I think it's going to die in the next 2 years. Within 2 years, I think the CW and DC have just run out of ideas. I would actually like to
do some of that discussion actually right now.
Yeah, so watching The Flash with this season, last season, the season before. First, let me just say, I hate the Flash outfit. I hate it. I
More
despise
than
it.
season 5.
What? I no,
More
I
than
hate
season.
no, I hate the new one. This new one that he has current. I hate it. It looks like he's wearing pajamas. The best
But have you
Flash.
seen the? I believe it's like Nano's mask. You've seen the Nano mask. Remember that?
Yeah, the best
I'm
Flash.
calling it that because it
The
works sort of like Iron Man, I believe.
the best Flash suit was the
Season
first
4.
no,
No?
the first one.
Oh yeah, the OG
The
fan favorite
leather,
from season
the
5. Nora
leather,
explained.
the leather, man, the
That is true.
leather.
I do admit that.
It looked
I
more
don't have the suit for that.
realistic. And I get it that this one was also realistic. It's not CGI or anything.
Well,
It just looks
technically,
fake.
it was more spandex in the comics
It
for the Flash,
yeah,
but
but it looks
the
fake.
leather was a whole different
I
way
don't
for
know
them to try
why.
something new.
I don't know why, but the new suit looks fake. It really does. It looks like I love Spider-Man, but it looks like the Spider-Man outfit in the MCU. You know what I'm saying?
Because like the classic
like
Spider-Man movies, they look more realistic.
yeah,
than the Tom Holland
exactly what I'm talking about. Like it looks good. It looks damn good, but you can tell it's not realistic. You know what I mean?
Because even when you see like Tom
Exactly.
Holland with
Exactly
actually
because
just a great suit.
no, he's actually I'm pretty sure he's wearing that suit. Sometimes he wears the suit,
Yeah, sometimes he
but
does, sometimes he doesn't.
when it's not, you could tell it's tight. It's like really tight and it's like unusually tight. Whereas, but that's what I see when I see the Flash suit, right? It just and he is wearing the suit. Am I not wrong? Like that's a real suit that he's actually wearing, right?
Yeah, and he
It
has
just looks fake.
said that his suit is actually more comfortable than the other suits he wore before.
But the leather suit is the best. I'm just saying.
I think he complained about
But
that.
back into the DC, like the show, the writing, they're running out of ideas, and I could tell. You could tell. Don't get me wrong. Let me give you the list. All right, Flash, it had a good run. It was pretty good. Arrow.
Aha, I see what you did there. They had a good run.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I always point out puns. If you
Arrow.
I do a pun warning.
I'm gonna be real. Everyone loved Crisis, and I did love Crisis. Arrow got
Honestly, no offense to the MCU the MCU fans.
yeah.
I believe Crisis was better than Endgames. I honestly believe that. What they're going to do with the multiverse of madness, I believe that's what they're doing. What they're gonna do from Crisis Infinite. I feel like they're gonna take a little bit of that.
Crisis copied Endgame. What do you mean?
I understand that. I understand they took something from Endgame, but they had
Crisis
their own
completely
idea. And I
copied
believe
Endgame.
I believe because again they're gonna
hold
do
on,
is
hold on,
cameo.
hold on.
They didn't, but in Crisis Infinite Earth, I believe the cameo was the best. But they're basically do cameos for what they're gonna do for the Multiverse of Madness. I believe I seen Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield had been confirmed to be in Doctor Strange also.
Yeah, but that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yo,
That will be done because again they're the original Spider-Mans.
But it's 100% gonna be better than Crisis. The Doctor Strange movie is already better than Crisis.
The effects will be better. I admit that. The effects, the story, it would be better. I admit that.
Crisis.
I don't believe the story
and the
is
events
good,
leading
but I
up to
believe
Crisis
cameos
is
were
what
the
killed
best.
Arrow. Arrow before the Crisis stuff. Before what was before Crisis? It was the other thing.
The shows, like which
No.
one? Like,
The other crossover was like Crisis, and before that was Earth
Elseworld.
X, Elseworld.
No,
yes.
Elseworld.
Yeah. So
It's
Arrow,
Elseworld, then it
Arrow
goes Earth X.
before that was good. Like 6 seasons. 6 seasons of Arrow was prime, really good. And the last
To
two,
me, I enjoyed
I liked it, but it's like they got
I like
too.
season 7 of Arrow because
They got
season 7.
too into the superhero aspects of it. If you know what I mean. The superhero.
He was basically his own icon.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
in season 1, he was basically trying to be the
Yeah.
Arrowverse version of Batman, but he became something better than that.
Exactly, but it was less superhero and more. I get it is superhero, but it was more a guy just kicking ass of other normal people. So that's what I like. I like the normal people kicking ass, and that's what I'm getting at with the Flash. Season 1 of the Flash, obviously it was the worst Flash, but he didn't just they got. I get he fought metahumans, but he didn't fight these random. Like I don't like this girl villain that just happened to the Flash. Like dislike
Peekaboo?
the mirror girl. I
Oh,
dislike
Mirror
her.
Master.
I think that was.
The twist about
I
her,
didn't
about
like
her
that.
being the true Mirror
Yeah.
Master from the original in I believe season 3,
Mm-hmm.
season 2ish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, that's when Jesse Quick came back,
Yeah.
I believe. So I think it was season 3.
Yeah. Yeah. I.
And I enjoyed that Mirror Master more than the new one. But
Yeah.
apparently they
So.
made the twist in saying she was the true one. It didn't feel right to
So.
me.
So all the shows. So we went through Batwoman. I like it. I'm okay with it. I like they're
Ruby
going.
Rose was
She
an
was good.
amazing actress
She
for
was
her,
perfect.
for
She
Kid
was
King.
perfect. I like the other girl, but it's like I also they're going down more Alice this time because they're going about
Yeah,
Alice's, and I like that, right? But that
it gives her more of a background. Yes,
So let
but
me
what are they
give you a
gonna?
prediction of every season of DC and how long they're gonna last.
Actually, I can name some of them.
So Batwoman is gonna last 2 more seasons after this.
Actually, no. Actually, they plan to cancel after season 3.
Oh,
I read an article about that. They're
yeah.
they're gonna renew from the, but the character, the actress for Batwoman will continue being in the Arrowverse. She said,
Yeah. So that'll happen.
but she won't. She will no longer be. I don't think the show will be going after anymore. After
Supergirl's
season 3.
canceling after this one because Supergirl got the writing was weird.
The story has gone down.
Exactly.
I believe season 2 was a good season.
Yeah, Legends.
Season 3 was rising, but then season 4 just went down.
Yeah. Legends has got 2 more seasons. It's got this season
Yeah,
coming
they
up.
have been confirmed for to do a season 7. They have been.
So it's gonna be
renewed
this season, and then next season is when it's gonna be canceled. Flash. I think it's only got after this season. Next season's gonna be the last one.
Grant Gustin did said before in an interview, before they started saying something about like season 8 might be the last season, they did said they were going to they wanted to do Grant Gustin wanted to do 9 seasons. And I think because of COVID-19 they might have to shorten the season. So maybe this would be the best opportunity for him to go for season 9 for 9 seasons, or go for 10 seasons if they have to.
I don't think they're gonna get there. I think
I know, but because of how they are right now,
all
I
the
don't think
DC
it will be.
writing is going down. They're running out of ideas. They are. DC's Legends Tomorrow sucked for 2 years. So the thing is, every single show is best season, except for Arrow. Arrow had prime seasons.
I still like the first half of season 7. But because I love the prison scene.
So every
I love the
single
prison scene.
but that was good. That wasn't like superhero wise. It was like more badass guys fighting badass guys, which Arrow's supposed to be. That's what made Arrow great, because the other shows focused on like supervillains, and it's like they're always gonna beat the supervillain, and they always
they didn't care who the supervillain were.
Exactly.
They honestly
Arrow
knew they didn't have to care about it. They just knock them out.
That's why
win.
Arrow was the best of them all. Arrow was like great.
Like they didn't get into Floyd. They didn't get into Deadshot when he was in season 1. They didn't care about him. They were good.
Every single other DC show's best season was their first season. DC's Legends of Tomorrow had a purpose. It had Hawkgirl, Hawkguy, the other guys.
Hawkman.
Yeah. They had all of them.
You're thinking of the other one.
Yeah, but they had all those guys, and it was the best season. Supergirl's best season was the first season when it was on CBS. It was great.
Seriously, I believe season 2 was better.
I think season 1 was better because it was the origin story. You know what I mean? I like the beginning origin stories, right? Flash.
I know Iron Man 1 is a perfect example for you.
Flash's best season was 100% season 1. 100% season 1.
I believe the 2 for season 4 is better.
It was so mysterious and unpredictable, and you didn't know Wells was the bad guy until like the very end. You know what I mean? You didn't know that until like.
No, you technically did in the Christmas special. You did knew Dr. Wells was who he was.
Yeah, you didn't know until like the middle. Yeah.
I believe they should have did that more like near towards the end.
And sure. The other seasons had its moments, had its peaks, had its good things, but like I want to say 2 years ago on every single show, and the DC universe, it was going downhill. And that's why they had to add Crisis. They had to have this big event so that
They had to have crossovers because that's what people
boost
like
ratings.
after Supergirl and the
Exactly.
Flash.
They
Oh, including Arrow and
well
the Flash.
then
When
they
they're
need
doing,
it.
when they're versing each other, that was the
Yeah.
best thing everybody liked.
Yeah.
They want to
So-
know who was to win.
Flash is gonna the DC universe on the CW is gone within the next 2 years.
They are like again, Black
They're-
Lightning is already ending.
Black Lightning is an awful show. Awful. Not good. That's
It's
why
not
I'm-
just it's not because we hate the characters or anything. It's just more of the storyline, how they
the writing.
do everything. They
All the-
separate themselves from the Arrowverse, and then they did the Crisis on Infinite Earth. They were gonna put him in, and now they're just changing the whole thing, and then he's no longer gonna be part
all
of the
the
show.
DC. Sorry about that. All right. Sorry.
I saw through the glass. I
Oh,
saw,
yeah.
saw through your window.
I saw someone right there. Right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that out now. We almost got so far, but yeah. So basically, the CW is almost gone. It's almost done.
I would like to argue one thing about what the CW did, which disappointed me as an Arrow fan.
All right.
They were planning to do after the last when they were doing the second last episode of the Arrow for season 8. It was called Green Arrow and the Black Canaries. It was going to be a whole show, a whole different show like they did for Superman and Lois. And what I liked about it so far was that the whole character was gonna have a legacy basically, and they continued the story with new characters basically. This would be more original to like what they did in season 1 of Arrow. But and they have some of the old characters like they would have Dinah and they would have Laurel.
Yeah.
So basically,
And it was gonna
the
be
ants
more of
the-
kick-ass and
of the-
more less superheroes. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
more
and then-
fighting. Yeah.
And then they went down because they were building up something good, and now they canceled. Now they canceled the idea, and I was like, because they also like Stephen Amell was excited to say like he wanted to do a season 9 for Arrow. I honestly was happy for that, but it made me think what would happen for Green Arrow and the Canaries. Now they are no longer doing more season 9 for Arrow, not even a season 1 for for Green Arrows and the Black Canary. And it honestly was a hyped up, and honestly after seeing they leave us with a cliffhanger, and I'm questioning what's gonna happen.
They're gonna be done soon. The only show
They did
I see going-
the writers did claim they were gonna do something like maybe like they'll do Legends of Tomorrow. They'll put him in. They'll
not
bring him
gonna
to the
be good.
future and
It's
do
so
that.
bad.
But I don't see that as an amazing ending. I don't see
Yeah.
that as a good thing.
Not-
So what? Just Sarah and the rest of the Legends are just going to just save William and be like, "Well, we're done," and then they go back and they relive their lives as Legends, and the whole Arrow trilogy is gone.
Yeah, so the show that's going upwards, the only CW show that's going upwards, is, like you said, Superman and Lois. That's a good show.
And this is they did a whole different direction, sort of like Stargirl, but better than Stargirl, honestly.
But here's what I like about it. Yes, it's Superman fighting...
Bad guys.
Yeah, right? Superman. But the best part of the show is the sons and going to school. That's the best part. Seeing the son's storyline going, and then Lois is like just taking down a corporation. Nothing to do with superheroes.
And
Like,
she gave up her only job.
the best part of the
favorite job.
show is everything but Superman. Like, I like the Superman fighting the guy. Yeah. Superman does.
Yeah,
what
but like
Superman-
he has to verse a Lex
Exactly.
Luthor, a whole different Lex
Exactly.
Luthor,
Yeah.
possibly from another Earth or
Yeah,
something.
Superman does what Superman does.
Because like we know what Superman is, but like seeing the
best
drama
part of the
between-
show is
Yeah.
the football, the kids playing football, the kids' relationship with the girls, and Lois like doing the reporter stuff. That's the best part of the show because it doesn't focus on the superhero aspect of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the best. It's so good, and if they keep it in the direction it's going, it's going to outlast all of them. Like I said,
I
all
at
the
least hope so.
all the CW shows are going downhill. Flash is Flash took a turn after I don't know what season, but it's just
People say that after season 3.
Flash already beat everyone. Flash is already the most powerful thing, and he keeps getting powerful. And then he has all these like.
But they downgrade him sometimes.
Yeah.
But I hate when they do that.
And that's what made Marvel so good. Marvel had the villain that wiped out the universe, and blah blah blah. The guys who always win actually lost. And then it took them 5 years. But yeah, so that's DC. Do you agree with my opinion that DC CW is probably going downhill?
And do you agree with my opinion on should they bring back and get literally the Green Arrow and Black Canaries? Because I honestly want to see that.
They're not going to do it. With the
They
direction...
at least got to do one season. Even if it's 10 episodes. I would honestly
They
watch
100% should do the idea, but they have to do it like Arrow Season 1 was. They cannot do it
exactly. Because again, it's a whole new legacy. Like they're doing with Superman.
They have to
I'd like to see that.
They have to make it a remake of Arrow, kind of, but not like completely. But they have to do a storyline that it's not just the superhero stuff, obviously, but like actual real life relationships and things. It's not just superhero stuff outside the superhero stuff. Like they have no connection to superheroes. The outside people have no connection to superheroes. It's just like a person living its life, you know.
Which kind of upsets me because it kind of reminds me of Batwoman, like the first episode of season 2. They killed off. They're trying to kill off Kid Kane. They haven't confirmed that she killed off or not because Ruby Rose has confirmed that she kind of wants to go back, but she doesn't know if she has the anyway because she doesn't want to ruin the new Batwoman. This is why.
Yeah. So basically, what was good about Batwoman is she was doing other things. She was going to clubs. She was doing things like that. That's what I like. I like the real personal aspect of it, not the superhero aspect, the personal aspect.
And she honestly killed.
That's what's wrong about the Flash. The Flash focused too much on the superhero aspect of the show after Barry and Iris,
and he had more morals than any of the other characters. Yeah. He never killed. He never hurt. And basically, he has beat the crap out of hell. Remember Cicada? Yeah. Beat the heck out of him after Nora.
He beat everyone, but for some reason, they focused too much on the superhero and less on the personal. DC Legends... Yeah.
Yeah, I believe kind of like when the artificial Speed Force was built and Flash was kind of going into an evil state, sort of like he wasn't thinking of love, he was thinking just more with his mind. Yeah. I kind of liked him being emotionless. It kind of reminded me of Sheldon Cooper from like The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
It was honest that I honestly wanted to compare it to him, but it was the best.
And that's what a lot of the DC shows are missing, that personal, real life, everyday Joe thing. That's what Supergirl's missing. That's why it's sucking. That's what DC's Legends of Tomorrow is missing. That's why it's sucking. That's what Arrow did it. Arrow did it for a long time, but then they focused too much on the other stuff. That's how the DC shows are dying. And that's just my opinion, man. I don't know if you agree. If you agree DC shows are dying. That's why Superman is good, because it has that personal aspect that I love, Oh, you're walking away? What's happening?
Oh, don't worry, I'm still here. I just want to draw something.
He just walked over. So yeah, that was DC. Next thing, you have anything else? Cobra Kai, right?
Oh yeah, Cobra Kai. I'm excited for that.
I love that show.
I can't talk about when the production has been when they plan to finish production. They do plan to finish it around April. I don't know what day, but they did start it in January, and they are planning. So I'm guessing they did 4 months. And I can't confirm one thing. They plan with Hawk. They changed his mohawk from red. He's gonna have it for the first few episodes, then he's gonna change it to purple.
Hawk is a cool kid.
I know, and I think it's because they changed it to purple because this is my theory. Like my representative metaphor they're probably doing is, blue, he was sort of becoming something new, and then red is kind of showing he was going on a darker path.
Yeah.
But purple, he has to find the balance. He has to find between the red and the blue, and he has to combine, like kind of find the balance in between. Which is why Miyagi-Do and Cobra and the new name they changed it to. And
the best part about the show,
Eagle Fang Karate.
I love the references of Mr. Miyagi and like the flashbacks. It's great. It's nostalgic. Obviously, I wasn't born for the movies. I was.
But you're raised on it. Like you were born raised because your parents watched it.
So here's the thing. I never watched them until I was like 11 to 13. So what happened
I
was my grandfather had an iPad. Like when my grandma died, he would come over to our house a lot, and he's actually over as we speak right now. But he bought an iPad. It's like the first ever iPad, and all we would do is watch Netflix, and we watched Karate Kid, and I loved it. It was a good show. Wax on, wax off. Mr. Miyagi, great guy. Where the fuck did you go?
I'm coming back. Don't worry. I'm
Oh,
still listening.
he's taking a pit stop, guys. He's taking a pit stop.
I'm not.
Yeah, he's taking a pit stop, guys.
No, I'm just changing outfits.
Oh, we got a wardrobe change. Mr. Drama Queen gotta change his wardrobe, looking nice, lost his glasses in the process.
I didn't have my glasses.
Oh, you didn't have your glasses the whole time?
No.
I'm observant. Yeah, but like it's a good show.
Cobra Kai.
It's a really good show, man. I genuinely enjoyed it. I'm excited. You know what it reminds me of? And I know it doesn't relate or anything. The flow of the show is like the flow of Lucifer. I don't know if you've seen Lucifer.
I have not. I know it's on Netflix, but I have not got the chance to see that. If there's enough likes, I will watch Lucifer.
I genuinely never want the DC to cross into it. It would ruin it. It would completely.
But they did. They technically did.
No. But Lucifer went over there. If the DC comics went into Lucifer, I would be pissed. It won't.
Because you see, like, the Flash entering, like, hey, Lucifer.
It would be so annoying. I would be so mad. I don't think it will. I think there's 0% chance that any of that happens because they already filmed 2 seasons since then. But the flow of the show reminds me of that. The character development, I love it all in Cobra Kai. I'm excited. Like, I think out of Netflix shows, that's in at least the top 5 or 6.
They did confirm they are going to do 6 seasons of Cobra Kai.
And we're on. Total. There was 3 seasons, right?
Yes, this is gonna be the next one's gonna be the 4th season.
Ooh.
So we'll basically have 2 more after that.
Ooh. The only thing, like, I love Netflix shows. I hate the 13 episode things. I wish they had more episodes.
They had longer, like 22 episodes. I wish they do like a TV program, but again, because of how they run.
But they
things,
can extend the episodes a little bit in you know what I mean?
Well, they do like a part 1 or a part 2, like.
No, but they extend it.
They kind of make you wait for that.
So a general TV show's episode is like 45 minutes, right? Netflix usually does it, increases it by like 10 or 15 minutes. So you get extra time because there's no commercials, there's nothing. That's what I like. Netflix is great. I think Cobra Kai is a great show.
And I'm glad that Netflix bought it off YouTube and saved it.
Yeah, of course. It was great, man.
I was sad to see it go because I literally got YouTube Red just so I can watch Cobra Kai. Because I was interested in it after meeting William Zabka, actually. The one who plays Johnny, actually. I did met him.
Yeah. He's pretty good. Not gonna lie. You know what other show he's in that I found out? He's in How I Met Your Mother. Let me describe to you my week. He was in How I Met Your Mother, but he was playing himself.
He was playing himself as Johnny or William Zabka?
William Zabka. He was because Barney. I don't know if you know who Barney is.
I know who. I do know the characters who they are.
Barney thinks the real Karate Kid is William Zabka. Is the real Karate Kid, the real guy.
I actually can argue what the reason for that. Actually,
he because the kick he won, but the other guy cheated. Blah blah blah. Yeah, but no. Let me describe to you my last 2 weeks of nothingness. All right, I watched 9 seasons of Everybody Loves Raymond last week.
I have not seen that.
Finished it. I watched all 9 seasons of King of Queens. So I'm going like this old school.
Oh, you see King of Queens? That's a good series.
I'm going with these old school sitcoms. I'm watching them all over again. They're great. Like, I've seen Friends 40 times. 40 times. I've seen all 10 seasons 40 times. So that's a lot of hours. Yeah.
Dang.
That was my favorite sitcom of all
And I've never
time.
seen Friends ever.
But then
I do understand the references.
Yeah, so after I watched it, I decided to go, like, all right, I'm gonna watch Everybody Loves Raymond. It's the funniest show. It's great. But that but this is all sitcoms that are like in the 90s into like the early like 2000, 2005, 2006, right? So they're like from 96 to 2005 era. So I watched Friends because I have a DVD set because I ain't paying $14 for HBO Max.
I have HBO Max.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get it soon because my brother's getting it. But
you should because they literally have the Zack Snyder cut. You have to watch it in order to discuss it.
Listen. Let me tell you something. If I bought it, I'd buy it for Friends. I'd rewatch Friends again. But then I watched Everybody Loves Raymond. Then I watched King of Queens. Let me tell you something. It's span of a week, Matthew, from Sunday to like 1 a.m. on Sunday. The next Sunday. 9 seasons of a show. 22 episodes or 22 to 25 episodes each. I mean, professional binge watcher. You know what I started on today, Matthew?
What?
George Lopez.
I just realized we were singing. Do you have bongo in there?
No.
It sounded like through my audio. It sounded like that. It sounded a little bit like a bongo or a drum.
Yeah. So I started on George Lopez, but yeah, that's basically this. That's for this week. Obviously, I've been focused on, which is going to be our next topic.
George Lopez?
No. The next topic is. Well, hold up. Do you have anything else to add before I move on to another thing? Like any other topics you'd like to talk about?
In Cobra Kai, yes, I would like to argue that what they're doing for season 3 did increase my love for Cobra Kai. Honestly, it was better than honestly the first 2 seasons. So I don't want to hate it, but I literally love season 3. After what they did with season 2 and the ending, I was shocked. And when the news about YouTube making it go away, I was sad. I was devastated. But when I heard Netflix got it, I was so relieved and happy. I'm glad they stayed. And at the end, what they're planning to do, it's basically going to be a fight, basically to the end.
Yeah. So on YouTube, I watched the first season for free. I think it was when it originally came out. They gave you the first season of it for free, and then you couldn't watch the second season. You had to pay for it. I never watched the second season because I didn't want to pay for YouTube. So when it came on Netflix, I was surprised on everything, and I watched it through in 3 days. I'm not proud of myself, Matthew.
Why?
I actually, no, scratch that. I watched it through all seasons in 2 days. I'm not proud of it. I stayed up till 5 in the morning watching season 1. And then I kept watching, But it's a good show, man. It's a really good show. Yeah. Do you have anything else? Any other topic?
That's all I have for Cobra Kai, but I'm hoping for more updates and more, hopefully some spoilers and hopefully a trailer soon.
Yeah. But no, do you have any other things you'd like to talk about before I move on to
more topics?
Final? Yeah, more topics.
Well, I did like to talk about Infinity Train, which I did saw the trailer for.
What was Infinity Train? I haven't seen Infinity Train.
You have not heard of Infinity Train? Well, it's an amazing story, which only lasting 4 seasons, and I am very devastated and upset about, because again, in HBO Max, they since they added Cartoon Network shows, and because since Warner Bros. Owns the rights to it, to Cartoon Network and to HBO Max,
and fucking Friends,
and they're planning to the Cartoon Network is planning to do a new thing, which is they're trying to do like a redraw like your past thing, like they're going to redo a whole bunch of old shows, like they confirmed they're doing 2 more episodes of, 2 more seasons of Total Drama Island. You know that show?
That was I've seen it a little bit. Isn't it like Survivor, but like cartoon? Yeah.
But it's like, it's more like jokes and adult jokes.
Yeah,
but like,
exactly.
Since they're gonna I don't know if they're gonna put it on HBO Max or they're gonna put it in Cartoon Network. If HBO Max, that means they could do more jokes, more dirty jokes if they have to.
I love dirty
and it's
jokes.
Gonna be kind of more hilarious because you get to see the one show. Because again,
jokes.
with Total Drama-Rama, it is trash, complete trash, more trash than Teen Titans Go. Because Teen Titans Go is just more cameo and everything like that. Not realistic to a story like they did in Teen Titans the original.
The original one's better.
And I'm honestly disappointed.
I'm gonna let you know something. the 2000s were great.
They were the best.
Let me tell you something why. After like 2000, I'm gonna even go into say 2012. After 2012, everything got really, really, really PG. Like really PG. Like
2013, I did realize that
like,
myself.
let me tell you something. Disney had good shows. Like good shows that weren't just totally PG. Like there were shows like Sweet Life. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I mean, it was PG, but it was good writing. I don't know what's about like from the 2000 to 2013 era that everything was just good writing. But then they got really PG, and then they just got like focused on a lot of kids. Like there was like teenage jokes in some, there was like adult jokes in some, but they don't do that anymore. It's all PG stuff. I haven't really seen anything since 2013, but everything got really PG. Let me ask you a question. What was your favorite Cartoon Network show of all time?
Regular show. No, hands down, regular show.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to differ in opinion.
You're got a different opinion. Even if Mark watches this, he will argue with you.
Listen.
And I will argue. I would honestly make a whole show just to argue with you. Arguing with Michael. I will do that.
Let me tell you something. The best Cartoon Network show. There's a couple. I'll name a couple.
You gotta name the one you're thinking about. Because again, regular show hands down.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was a great show.
Say it's not in my top 5. It's below my top 10.
So
that show.
Good. You know what's another good show that people like don't focus on that much? Billy and Mandy.
That was a good show. It was confusing to me as a kid, but as I am an adult now, and I'm able to understand it, understand what the story means. I do admit it is better. It is.
And you know what the best show is out of all of them?
You better not be saying Adventure Time. If you say Courage the Cowardly Dog, I would agree with you that.
I didn't really like that. When I was a kid, that kind of scared me. That show scared me.
That was kind of like the idea.
I turned that show off whenever I saw it. I got scared of like the grandma and the grandpa. The best show.
It was honestly better for me, that show.
Is Codename Kids Next Door.
Yes, I honestly want to talk. There is a topic I do want to talk about that afterwards.
That is the
Your
best
opinion.
Cartoon Network show. And listen, I haven't seen it again in like 15 years. I haven't rewatched it.
It's on HBO Max.
I know.
On HBO Max.
Exactly, but I ain't going until I pay for every single streaming service. Let me tell you something. I just paid for Peacock, man, because Peacock has all the old
I don't
sitcom.
own Peacock. I need to get Peacock.
Peacock has all the old, but I have Netflix. I have Peacock, and then I have the Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus bundle. But it's a bundle, so it costs $12 for all three of them. It's actually about to cost me $13 fucking soon, but that's besides the point. But like so my brother told me he was gonna buy HBO Max. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy another streaming service because I already pay for all of them. And
they are increasing their price to $17.99 instead of $16.99 now because they're gonna do that during April. I believe that's when
HBO
the
Max
price is gonna change. Yes.
HBO Max went from $11 to $14 to $16. That's exactly why I'm not buying it.
Well, now it's becoming $17.99.
Exactly. That's exactly why I'm not buying it. Because I pay for every single other streaming service, and I let my siblings use it. I let a couple other people use it. Like family members use it. I let a couple other family members use it. I'm like, I ain't buying more. Because I pay monthly around like $50 for streaming services a month. $50 for streaming services. Because I'm going to cancel Paramount Plus because I didn't really like it. There's shows on there that I watched, Nickelodeon shows, because I'm retro and I'd like.
Well, they are planning to do some new content for that. Yeah. But the problem is they're downgrading SpongeBob into a SpongeBob.
I'm 100% watching the new iCarly because that's a great fucking.
That's gonna be in Paramount Plus, I believe.
Yeah. That's one of the best.
I don't have Paramount Plus, but I would like.
Legit, one of the best kid shows ever. That's all I'm gonna say. Besides Drake and Josh, Drake and Josh is the best kid show of all time. No one can argue with that.
Drake and Josh was a good show.
But yeah, so I'm not gonna buy it. My brother's gonna buy it. I like
Nick's Classified School Survival Guide. That was a good one that helped me a lot.
So it was good, but it was not my favorite. But I told my brother's like, I'm gonna buy it. So I'm gonna wait if he buys it. If he doesn't, then I'm not gonna have it. But what was I talking about? Yeah,
You was
Codename Kids Next Door. I haven't seen it in 15 years, but that is the best Cartoon Network show of all time. No one can change my mind. Not you, not Mark. Listen, you can argue regular show
no,
all you
no,
want.
no. Mark and me definitely agree it's a good show, but I still believe regular shows in my heart is better. But I believe Mark would agree with
Yeah,
you.
listen, yeah, you guys can argue that, but that was the best show. That was legit the show. That was the shit, man. That was the shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
The problem is with the show was that because like it showed like kids like like going against parents, going against adults. That's kind of the reason why it kind of had to like go down because it was showing kids are they can disrespect their parents. They don't have to listen to them. They can do crazy things. But again, because of like TV shows back then, because of how the programs were, they couldn't allow it anymore. That's why they had to cancel it.
Because they, well, no, they canceled it. So that was one of the like making everything PG. Like obviously that didn't fully happen until like 2013, but that was like one of the first things that they're like, nope, we got to be really PG about this.
And they gotta get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah, even though it was the best show. Just saying.
But
But it was a good ending. I remember the ending. It was a good ending. They ended it good. They didn't end it with a sudden.
But it's basically left for the show
Yeah.
they were gonna actually make. You see, if you see on YouTube, you can't find the Kid Next Door, codenamed Kid Next Door Galactic,
Yeah, it's a good show.
which is all about them being in space, and they have show like hints about it. And they did have a show. I mean, they did had a website with Rainbow Monkeys. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And anybody remember the song? I swear it is still stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's a good show, and honestly, no one could change my mind about it. That's the best.
But
Not
I
the
can
best
give you
cartoon.
maybe some
I won't
hope.
give it.
I can give you some hope.
Mm-hmm.
They before the website, the Rainbow Monkey website,
Mm-hmm.
they it was taken down. But for some reason, the people who own it brought it back up for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes people think, question, and plus they re-uploaded the old ideas about them doing the Kid Next Door Galactic.
Mm-hmm.
They are possibly doing a whole new show for Kid Next Door.
Yeah,
And
that'd be pretty
I'm
dope.
honestly happy for that too, to
That'd
see
be
if they're gonna
pretty
do
dope.
Galactic. But because so many people argued about the ending was the kind of like they kind of made it happy. Like, what reason do they have to
Awesome.
bring the show back? But I still say it would be amazing to see that. Because again, if they are planning to do, if Cartoon Network is planning to do a redraw your past thing, like they're gonna do a redrawing. You're like they're redrawing basically redoing a whole bunch of old shows. I would be happy to see that, and
Mm-hmm.
like because honestly, from your childhood, and just how amazing it will be.
You know, I am excited. I am excited. A lot of things coming. A lot of things happening. Do you have anything else? Any other topic?
I would like if we're since we're talking about kids shows and Cartoon Network, I
Mm-hmm.
would like to say the if you don't know the Amazing World Gumball show is coming to Cartoon Network is the movie they're finally gonna make it. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
when it's gonna be either released 2022 or 20 or late 2021. Hopefully that's gonna be happening. But again, I did never finish my topic on Infinity Train.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No,
Oh, okay. Go.
many people probably waited. I
Yeah,
wanted
go
to
on.
finish that.
Yeah, go on.
Because book 1 and 2, they were on Cartoon Network. Honestly, the storyline was amazing, and after like they were silent for a while
Mm-hmm.
after season 2, because since HBO Max was trying to start up at the time, they didn't know what were they gonna do with that series, and because since HBO Max came out, they decided to make it into an HBO Max original,
Yeah.
which was amazing. And in season 3, I admit the story was good. They had so many things like filled up, and some like makes you question how the Infinity Train works, how the train works, and
Mm-hmm.
how everything works in the whole show makes you question. But I still believe that they had potential what they're doing, and that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to rise from an old thing they believed in season 1 and season 2, and they're
Mm-hmm.
changing it to a whole new thing and making it to season 4, which has now involved 2 characters. And one of my favorite actress voices was the one who did Eileen. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember your name, but I know your name is Misty. I can't pronounce the last name. I apologize.
Yeah.
But she did Eileen, and she's going to be a sort of like when you go to a hotel, you press like the little bell on the front door.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She's gonna be some kind of character of that. I don't know who that is, but I love her voice and I love to hear it again. And because I haven't heard any of the characters in a while, except for like if you see in regular show, like they did a new show called Close Enough, which is honestly an amazing show. You also should watch it for most of the audience who's old enough to watch it. Mostly it's an adult joke, but
The best adult show is South Park. Can you agree with me on that? South Park.
I cannot. I apologize. I'm only currently in season 18. I have not watched all of it. I admit the jokes are funny, hilarious, but it makes you do question some of the jokes back then and how it would affect against our time right now.
Oh, so the thing about South Park is I really don't think they care at
That's the
all.
thing. They don't give a crap
They don't.
what they do.
They don't care
But
what
then,
anyone
but
says.
then, but then they added PC principle, which kind of made everything PG.
Yeah. Like, PC Principle, I hate it. I hate everyone trying to make things PG. I hate people trying to,
Get rid of the old stuff we love. They want to
Yeah.
make it for the next generation, but the
make
people who
things
are
less
who want
PG,
to watch
you know
the
what I
old
mean?
things. What?
Make things less PG. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you can still be PG, but you can, you
Like
don't
if you
have
think
to.
about it, like Marvel has also done the same thing. Like they start doing like mini jokes. They can say some curse words, but
Exactly. Exactly. They strayed away
they gotta
from.
do that.
They're even making 2 rated R movies, so I mean,
They're making a rated R movie in the MCU
Exactly.
because of Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness.
Exactly. I don't know if it's going to be that scary, to be honest. I hope. I actually don't hope.
I don't think it's no longer gonna be scary because it's more cameo at this point now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up. There we go. Perfect. Anything else?
This is my last thing about
All right,
Infinity
go on.
Train.
Yeah, go on.
I honestly am sad they are going to cancel it after book 4. And honestly, in Twitter, I did write about it, and I did said hashtag renew Infinity Train, and I'm hoping a lot of you are doing that as well, because many fans who did support the show are doing that, and we have as audience, we have the power to also change the opinions to people, and we want to be sure we can be the ones to have the voice to say, you know what, we want more of this, give us this. I believe we need to do that. Right? Go on Twitter, write hashtag renew Infinity Train, because we all want book 5. We all want book 5, even after book 4 will come.
All right. All right. And,
There's more things that need to be filled in.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I haven't heard of it. I am excited to learn
It's on
more about
HBO
it.
Max. You should watch it when you get HBO Max.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Anything else? Any other topics you want to talk about before I move on?
I hope we do a segment about The Boys soon, because again, I just got Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about everything right now. We have other. I want to.
Yeah, but I'm saying like another
exactly.
time.
Yeah. All right. So, I told Matthew, Mr. Matthew Correa. Let me give him another little intro before we get into this. Hold up. Let me just let me put in a slide that you guys at home are going to see that Matthew isn't going to be able to see yet. All right, let me just add that real quick. Matthew's not going to be able to see this. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. He's going to see it in a second. He's going to see it in a second. All right. So
I feel like I'm about to be Rigby. Like, say, are you a true?
Listen. So,
like, do you really know your stuff? I forget the episode.
So with Matthew, he's not a big sports guy. I vowed to him before the show he's going to learn football once we're done with all of this. He's gonna understand football. I'm going to.
For me, I'm an NBA fan. I'm more into basketball. I've been ever since I was literally little.
Once all this stops happening, all right? So here's what everyone at home is going to see. You see it on your screen right now. Let me make it bigger for y'all. Matthew can't see it. He's trying to look into my eyes and see it.
I cannot see what he's doing. I'm literally a little bit scared on the surprise. I don't even know what it is.
He doesn't know what I'm talking about. I ain't going to tell him. I ain't going to be the one to ruin his chances. But it's like, he's trying to look into my glasses, so I'll take them off. He can't see them now. He could try looking
Don't
into
worry,
my
I'm doing
eyeballs.
another wardrobe change real quick.
So the one thing Matthew doesn't understand is sports. All right, so we got, what we see on the screen right now. All right, what we see on the screen right now, and basically, Matthew, I told him, listen, you claim to be a Wizards fan. That's
I am.
It's unfortunate. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I can name you all the times they had really accidental shots. I have literally recordings of me in the Wizard game. I danced as Spider-Man, and I have
what you don't know
a younger brother who did it too.
is football. All right. You don't.
I'm not much on football. I only went to a Redskin game once with my dad's old friend.
I'm gonna tell. Excuse me, sir. It's the Washington football team now, sir.
Well, I'm just saying back then, because
again,
I have not caught up.
I don't really care. I promise you, I vow to you today. When everything calms down in COVID-wise, I'm gonna take you to a Jets game in New York. We're gonna make a day of it. We're gonna make a day of it.
I got family there. I don't know if they'll even let me go there.
We're gonna make a day of it. All right, we're gonna make a day of it. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna show you things, but let's test your knowledge. Let's see if you know.
I don't know anything about football.
All right, you might. Yeah. I want you to guess these four.
I do know how to play the sport. I just don't know the teams and stuff.
All right, I want you to guess these four legends. Hold up. They don't see me right now. They see the picture. I need you to guess these four legends. And don't start now. I'll tell you when to start. I need you to guess their names.
Tom Brady.
Hold up. Not yet. You may guess now.
Tom Brady. That's all I know. That's my final answer.
All right. Can you guess any other people's names on
I have no other ideas who they are. Any other names?
Take a guess. Take a guess for names. Just let's see. Who's this guy in the orange? Who's the guy in the orange?
I have no idea.
What do you think his name is?
I feel like for some reason it's a Blake something.
Blake what? What's his last name?
I have no idea.
Take a guess.
Because honestly, I'm thinking of Blake Jordan, but I know he's not a football player. But I'm just saying, I honestly feel like it's a Blake for some reason. He looks like a Blake.
You ready? You ready to know?
Or Brandon. Brandon or Blake.
Brandon or Blake. His name is Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. I have no idea who that is. I think I heard the name, but I never.
His name is Peyton Manning. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to this guy who's just retired. Like a week ago, he retired. He's a legend in the game of football. Broke a ton of records. Who's this guy? What's his name?
Just for many of you football fans, I only see the Super Bowl for the commercials only. I'm just telling you that I know it might be disappointing to some people to hear that as MC Films, and I know that probably disappoints a lot of you and probably give me some hate.
I'm pissed.
I'm just saying though.
All right, guys. This is the last episode with Matthew Correa. All right, screw up the segment, guys. Get out. All right, who's this guy, Matthew? What's his name? Just take a guess. I'll give you the first letter.
I feel like a Jordan.
Okay, I'll give you the first letter of his first name.
Okay.
D. And
for some reason, I'm thinking like something like Dick Grayson, but I know that's not.
And the last name, the first letter is B.
You said V or P?
B, as in boy.
Oh, okay.
All right. Take a guess.
B.
All right.
Derek Bauer or something like that. I think I heard a name like that.
What? Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple more hints. So Derek Bowell. All right, that's your first guess. All right.
Yeah, Derek Bowell. I don't remember where I heard that name, but I believe.
So, well, let me give you more hints. So, what is the present tense?
Can you share? Because I can't even. I don't even know.
What's the present tense of the word draw? Or the past tense of the word draw?
The past tense of draw? Drawn?
Yeah. Fuck. What's another one? Drew.
Oh, Drew something. I got it at the top of my head. I just can't remember.
What do you call wind? Like when it's like
Drew
really windy.
Bortles is not here.
What's happens when it's really windy? It's breeze.
Breesley?
It's Drew Brees.
Drew Brees?
Drew Brees. All right.
Drew Brees?
And last one. What do you
my
think?
Spanish accent was.
What do you think his name is?
I have no idea. I'm honestly forgetting the other ones. I only know Tom Brady. That's it.
What do you think his name is?
Is it a Derek something? I feel like it's a Derek.
You are very incorrect. His name is Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay, a lot of I come up with so many names, and I literally cannot think of these people at all.
If you don't know this guy's name because he's in so many commercials now, I think everyone knows
Number
who
12?
I'm talking. No, not number 12. I'll show you. This guy is a great guy. Some call him Pat. Some call him Rick.
I thought you were supposed to disprove me as a Wizard fan, not a football fan.
Listen, man, I told you it was going to be a twist. So here's the thing. With the Wizards...
I understand they're not the strongest team, they're not the best team. But honestly, they're their hometown, and I believe they're the best.
Yeah, I don't know how much I agree with you there. But yeah, listen. I'm gonna teach you football.
I've been there for every.
I'm gonna teach you football.
In many games since I was little.
Listen.
Since I was a baby, nearly.
I'm gonna teach you football. I'm going to teach you football. All right. Hear me when I say you are going to learn the game of football, and I'm going to turn you into a Jets fan. I'm going to make you into one. You're gonna be like shaped.
I don't believe it. I'm still an NBA fan.
Yeah, that's NBA. We're moving on to NFL, man. Listen.
I still don't believe I'm gonna.
Listen, man. I believe in you. All right. There's a lot of things, but yes, I digress. That was the Mike Yardline Pop Culture Edition with, again, me, the one, the only, the greatest of all time when it comes to superheroes and other pop culture needs. When you need a guy, you call Matthew Correa. You know who he is. He's MC Films. He goes by Tissue Man. He goes by every single name in the book.
Guy.
It's almost like you go through it, open a book of names, and you just pick one. That's this guy, Mr. Matthew Correa.
Basically, every character of mine is basically based on my own personality. Tissue Guy, my hilarity, my germaphobe, and my funniness, my comedy. And Crazy Drive represents my rage and my love for driving.
Well, Matthew,
so personality.
How'd you enjoy this first episode? You think people at home are gonna enjoy this? I
hope they do, because I believe a lot of them can write in the comments how much an argument we did either bad or either good, and what we, in their opinion.
As I'm recording this is obviously being recorded before I'm doing like
This ain't live. This is just recording.
This is being recorded before the first part of this video, probably, or this might be its own video because
I think next episode we will be talking about Star Wars.
Yeah. So the first episode the first part should be sports, and the second is going to be what we've done right here. It might be 2 videos. I don't know yet, but obviously we haven't gotten into one. Obviously, this is going to be a separate video. Fuck it. The sports podcast, we're going to actually dive into free agency, everything the Jets have done, Marcus May, Big Dick Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, all the signings that happened within the NFL. My favorite, the one, the only, Carl Lawson. The guy is amazing. You already know him. He's a great guy. Defensive end from the Bengals. This guy is the best edge rusher the Jets have had since like 95. I'm excited to talk about it in the Mike Yardline Sports Podcast eventually. I thank you guys for watching. I thank the man again, Matthew Correa, MC Films. Check him out. Link right there or over there and side up there, maybe everywhere on the screen right now. Honestly, you know what? It's just going to be right there, all across the screen right now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you know what? We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, fuck. Peace.